tres. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is Tyrone McClendon, one third of the Spoiled Radio, formerly known as Clocked In, and you guys are now tuned in to another episode of the Snooze Button Specials, the interview series where I sit down with the creatives around the city and talk to them about their stories, about what they got going on, or whatever. Still haven't got that intro down, but you know how the game goes. How are you guys doing on this great Friday morning, or evening, or night, or whatever day of the week you're listening to this? Hope all is well, because all is well on this side. Let's see. As far as some housekeeping things, Reach TV, we recently went to the Hotlanta, the restaurant from the Drake and Future video. We were there covering that. That may or may not be out by the time you hear this. The phone's ringing, but I'll let my secretary get that. Let's see. We still got that Mind the Gap competition. The Red Bull mini documentary is still out and available for you guys to look at. Probably one of the more prouder piece of works I've ever done, my directorial debut, so it'd mean a lot to me if you guys could check that out. Let's see. The reception of the last couple episodes of the Snooze Button Special has been great, and I really appreciate that because I really enjoyed making them. That would be the Popstar Benny interview, the Hottie interview, the Cleo Trappa interview. All of those have just been wonderful. So I really appreciate the reception of those, and we're just going to keep chugging along. Let's see. I don't think there's really anything too other pressing for me to talk about. You guys can catch me at the Lotus event on January 31st. I'll be there taking pics. Freddie will be there. I'll be there listening to music. I'll be there looking for people to interview and all that good stuff. So you guys can catch me there. And we'll have a good time. We can chop it up, all that good stuff. That's the one thing I love more than anything doing this is going out and meeting people and just talking to people who have the same interests and things like that. So I'm really looking forward to meeting some of you guys there. But that's enough about me. Let's get into our special guest of today. And it is a very, 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 very special guest. We got my man Swavay. And for those of you who don't know, Swavay is a recording artist out of Atlanta. He is the one and only signee to Metro Boomin, to his Boominati record label. I believe that's under Republic. My man hit me up after I interviewed his best friend Hottie. He was like, yo, bro, nobody out here is making my mans talk like this, so I have to come up and speak to you. So that just meant a lot to me off rip. There was already that mutual respect. So then after that, I went and started listening to this music. And man, let me tell you, this man can rap for real, for real, for real. Like, I'm not just saying he could put some words together. It sounds pretty catchy. Like, no, he can actually put some meaning, some substance, some rhyme schemes, some flows, all that together and actually make a good sounding song. And he's got some Metro Boomin and Pyrex production, which is pretty big. This just meant a lot to me to have this guy on here. Just for him to acknowledge what I do and to want to come on and talk just was crazy. So this was a big one. The conversation that we have though is so nice, so deep. We talk about obviously his relationship with Hottie, how those two met and all those things. We talk about his passion for music and how someone who understands that the world is not really looking for lyricists right now, even though I have a theory that we're moving towards or back to lyricism, but in a time now where lyricism isn't really as valued as it should be, like, how do you continue to still want to do rap? And we talk a lot about just why you continue to do this, even though there are times you feel like you don't want to do this or this isn't meant for you. We talk about how he got into production. My man was making beats on a PSP. Who was doing that? Beats on a I didn't even know that was possible. But he talks about how he got into that. He talks about, being adopted and what that effect has had on his outlook on the world, and things like that. And just a real, just deep conversation. Like, how my style is. I'm not really too focused on the glitz and the glamour, even though that's all nice and fine too. I'm more focused on the story, on how you got to be the person that you are today. And I feel like we accomplished that really, really well today with this conversation with Swavay. So I really want to appreciate him for coming through and being open and honest and just wanting to sit down and have a good conversation, because that's what I'm all about. I'm all about having the good times and the good vibes and the good energies and the good batteries and all that type of stuff. So yeah, that's what you got looking forward to today. As far as my guest for next week, my guest will be, drum roll please, Mr. DJ Willie. That's right, the up and coming DJ right now. He's at Georgia State, spinning at all your favorite parties. But that's what we got on the next episode, so look out for that. But for today's episode, like I said, I want to thank my man Swavay for coming out to Sandy Springs. I want to thank Bahati, obviously, for starting this whole thing off. I want to thank the whole Dolo Records collective and all those people for just making this possible. And obviously, more importantly, I want to thank you guys for listening, because I mean, well, to be fair, if it was without you guys, I'd probably still be doing this, but you guys just add the cherry on top, you know? So I appreciate that. But enough about me, you know, tooting my own horn and all that stuff. Let's just get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Swavay. Boom. Take two. Thank you. You're too kind. They're excited today, as they should be, because I got my man Swavay here. How you doing, man?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. This is special for a lot of reasons. Mm-hmm. For one, because I just had your boy Hot on here not too long ago.
Facts.
And I don't know, you were so inspired by how I spoke with him that you were like, yo, man, you got to have me on.
Yeah, because, bro, like, I know this nigga, bro. Like, he don't talk like that with nobody. You get what I'm saying? Uh-huh. Like, and I could tell he was being himself. Like, that's a man who don't really do, like, shit like this. You get what I'm saying? So to hear him tell his sides of the stories and this shit and all that, I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, I definitely want to do it. And, like, I don't really do shit like this either, but I was like, damn, like, seeing him, if this nigga can do it, I'm like, okay, bet, bro, I need to do one too, for sure. So I hit you up ASAP. As soon as I finished the interview, I was like, oh yeah, bro, let me just go ahead and goddamn do one.
Yeah, man. And then here we are, man. Just made it happen. Just quick, fast like that. That's what I love about the internet right now, bro. Yeah. It's just, you can make these easy connects and you can build and just, I mean, you never know. Like, the person who could help you take that next big step in your career could literally just be a message away.
That's what I'm saying. It's stupid easy.
Yeah, it's the beautiful thing. So, but for the people who don't know, let's just start from the beginning. Swavay, if they don't know who you are, tell people is who you are and what you do.
I'm Swavay. I'm 23 years old. My friends call me Dre. That's my real name. I'm from Atlanta. I'm a rapper, singer, producer. I'm signed to Metro Boomin's label, Boominati. I'm tall. You know what I mean?
So I enjoy long walks on the beach.
Nah, hell no. I hate the beach.
Really?
I hate the beach, bro.
It's low-key overrated. I haven't been to the beach. Overrated. Well, that's the thing. If you live in Georgia, the beach is not really a place.
Exactly.
So I could understand that viewpoint. Do you go to many other beaches?
Hell no. Bro, I go to Venice Beach.
Okay.
Or like Santa Monica Pier or some shit when I'm in LA to ride bikes, but nigga, I'm not getting in the water. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's different. When you go to California and you go to the beach, it's like it's a different experience.
It hit different. It's not really a beach. It's like a moment.
Exactly.
Like, you know?
Exactly. And Georgia beaches are just, what is it? Have you been to Tybee Island?
I have been to Tybee Island.
Fuck that place.
Fuck that place. And I've been to the man-made beach that they have here in Ackworth.
I don't even
ass.
I can't even. Ackworth does not sound like a place where a beach should be.
Ackworth Beach, bro. You never heard of Ackworth Beach?
That sounds like a terrible place. Sounds like a terrible movie. Bro.
And then we have Savannah. Savannah has a beach, right?
I guess. I mean, that's where people go to Tybee, I guess.
Oh yeah. Damn, I'm retarded. So yeah, okay.
But yeah, man. So I don't know. I just want to say before I get into this, so I definitely, before you came here, I listened to a lot of your music and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure you get this a lot, but you rap really well.
Thank you. Thank you. That's not what I was expecting to say, but yeah, thank you. Okay.
Yeah. I was just lit because, you know, we live in a time now, and I like to tell people this is kind of like the gift and the curse, I feel like, of this Atlanta culture, is that we're so accepting and so supporting of our people. Sometimes we push things that probably
shouldn't have.
Yeah, or even if I don't want to put it that way, just maybe everybody's not on the same caliber,
right.
And stuff like that. So it's very refreshing when I hear people like you, Kenny Mason, and people like that who really like rap for real still, but also have the ability to make a song as well, which is not an easy thing to do. How long did it take you? When did you first realize like you could like rap for real?
Probably around the time I met Sahad, because he would always like gas me up and be like, bro, nah, you can rap, da da da. Like, so I'm like 5th, 6th grade, I was like, oh, I guess I really can rap, you know. And over time, I just got more comfortable with it. But yeah.
And how did it start off? Was it just like writing just little poems? Was it?
Yeah, it was definitely just shit in school. Everybody just beat on the table and pull up the beat or some shit, like the instrumental, and niggas would just rap. But that's usually what it was. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it happened, to be honest.
Yeah. And then who were some of the first people you were showing? It was just your friends? Was it ever were you like recording anything early?
It was really just Sahad. You know what I mean? Like just me and him just trying to figure out ways how to record. Like same way we were just talking about what you record on. I was like, I've used this before. So we probably ran through just about every different type of way to record. So at first it was just me and him, and then my uncle was like, he was in the NFL, so he had a whole studio in his house and shit. And so we used to go over there like maybe once a month and just try to cut a whole mixtape in a day or some crazy shit.
Yeah, that does sound crazy. I mean, let's just start from the beginning, because this will probably be the best. So, tell me about. So, where are you from originally? Are you from Atlanta?
I'm from here. Yeah, from
what
Atlanta.
part of Atlanta?
When I first moved back here, we dabbled a little bit over towards like the east side, but then we quickly moved to like Cobb. So like I grew up in Cobb, like yeah. But I've moved around like a lot. Like I lived in South Carolina for a little bit, Philly. I damn near live in LA now, but I just live out here. But yeah.
And what does that do? What do you think effect that had on you, like moving around so much?
It grew my fan base. At the top of my head, that was probably the best thing that ever happened to my career. I was able to like go to different places and like see how their culture was and be like, oh, okay, cool. Well, this is me. And I always ended up being like something big there. You get what I'm saying? Or and it opened my eyes and it helped me be able to deal with different types of people. Like in South Carolina, it's like rednecks and then like the blackest of black people, and that's it. There is no in between. Like me, like it was like, bro, when I first moved there, like them niggas used to dress like it was 2005. You know what I'm saying? Still. And then I moved there at the time, like, nigga, this is when A$AP Rocky first came out. So everybody was trying to look like Flacco. You get what I'm saying? So I came there looking like Flacco, black skinny jeans and all that type of shit, Jeremy Scott's and shit. And they was like, bro, nigga, nah, this is, you know what I mean? But after a little while, they was like, oh, okay, this nigga, he looks like what we be seeing on TV and all that other shit. And even when I moved to Philly, it was, I went to an all white school. So like, and it was like literally like 5 black people. I should say African Americans, because they wasn't even black. I'm a nigga. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like the only nigga they had ever seen. So I was essentially like what they seen on TV and on the internet.
And how old were you when you stayed up there?
17, 18.
That's some very formative ages. So what do you think, like, living in that environment, being the only nigga around a bunch of white people, and then like how did that like help shape how you saw yourself as a person?
It opened me up to different things and to see different perspectives and just to see how other people thought, and it helped me understand white people a lot. You get what I'm saying? Like even from what they listen to why they do the things that they do. You get what I'm saying? It was very informative, and it like kind of culture shaped me in a weird way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, because when I grew up on the south side of Atlanta from like from the beginning to middle school.
Right.
And
I heard you say you went to North Springs.
Yeah, but so yeah, I stayed on the south side and went to like, all black schools and everything like that. But then high school, I moved up here, suburbs, went to North Springs, and that was my first experience like living around white people, Mexicans, and all these other type of things.
Right.
And And honestly, it probably didn't really hit me till I went to college, because that's when I started being like country white folk, not just like city white
Where'd
people.
you go to college?
I went to Georgia State, but I went to Georgia Southern for my first couple of years.
Yeah.
And it almost kind of makes you like have like this moment where you're like, okay, like this is where I decide like how I'm a like
who I am.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I feel like when I went to Georgia Southern, that almost made me embrace my blackness even more. It made me like really like I don't know, I'd always liked dreads, but then once I really started like, you know, realizing like who I was and like how I was viewed and things like that, I was like, damn, it made me kind of want to like double down on my blackness a little bit.
That's kind of what happened with me too in Philly. It was just kind of like, that's when I started growing my dreads. I had dreads at the time. And I kind of just started embracing it just because like I was like the only nigga up there. And it was like, okay, now I really kind of take pride in who I am, because, bro, I used to hear from like my uncles and shit, because they went to the same school I ended up going to when they were younger. And they was like, bro, when you move up there, that's a whole nother different type of love. You get what I'm saying? Like, they gonna love you just because you. And I didn't understand it until I moved up there. And it was just kind of like, oh, I started to understand like the power I had just as a black man. Like, from the clothes that I wore to what are the things that I said. Like, you know what I'm saying? I never seen a white boy sag until I moved up there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that shit was crazy to me. So, yeah, like, I feel what you're saying for sure.
Yeah, no, and that's, you bring up something that makes me think, fuck. Like, well, how to rephrase what you were just saying again, because it was going to bring me to a grander point.
I was just saying, like, it was kind of crazy how being around a whole bunch of white people kind of helped me embrace my blackness in a way.
Got you. So, you know, a lot of people always bring up the point, like, you know, if you really want to succeed or be successful, you have to leave your city and things like that. And that always kind of has been weird to me because like just the idea of starting all over and things like that. But you brought up this point of like, they'll just like you just because you're you. And you know, people don't realize like there's a brand of not like being from Atlanta is a brand. So like if you just go somewhere and just be like, oh, I'm from Atlanta, they'll be like, oh damn, like,
bro, you're not lying. Like when I would go to LA, like for the first couple of times, like we would end up just being in better positions than we thought just because we was the niggas from Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it's crazy. Like like it's kind of almost a little too crazy. Even with like how shit happens out here. Like I always say, like, I think we kind of have that power that New York had, like in the early 2000s, where I feel like if you pop off here, you're everywhere. So for instance, let's take like Lil Gotti and Lil Keed.
Okay.
Right? These niggas are not the most popular artists in the world, but they're fucking huge here. You get what I'm saying? Like, and it makes them huge everywhere else. Like, nigga, I seen Lil Keed do a show in LA, and you would think this nigga was fucking Shoreline Mafia. You get what I'm saying? Whereas Shoreline Mafia is like huge in LA, and they kind of are crossing over, but it's just like they're not as big as they should be. You get what I'm saying? So like, I don't know. It's just kind of weird, like how like Atlanta really not only shapes the culture, but like the impact of just being here or being from here.
Yeah.
Like how big and how like kind of powerful it is. It's weird.
Yeah, and like it's something you don't realize until you leave, though. It's like, because when you're here all the time, it just feels like it's just
nothing.
Yeah, it's so funny. You know, you always hear people be like, man, there's shit going on in the city.
Yeah.
But then somebody else be like, bro, you live in the most poppin' city in the world. It's like, what are we talking about? It's nothing to do.
Yeah.
But I guess it's just all a matter of perspective. And stuff like that. So tell me a little bit about what it was like, just like growing up in your household. From my understanding, you come from a very religious household. So what was that like growing up?
So I grew up with just my mom.
Okay.
And she was very, very religious. Like these niggas that be telling these stories, like I grew up listening to this in the house. Like that was not my situation. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom was very Fred Hampton. You know what I'm saying? Fred Hammond, excuse me. Kurt Franklin, Mary, like that was it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some jazz, maybe a little bit of Erykah Badu here and there, but that was it. Like rap was something that I discovered on my own. But at the same time, I was able to discover it because it was just my mom, but she wasn't really like around as much. You get what I'm saying? Like she was always at work, always. You get what I'm saying? So from like 8 or 7 sometimes in the morning, nigga, till about 10, 11, it's me You know what I mean? So when I would get home from school, you remember like the music choice channels and shit, like the last channels on the fucking cable.
Yeah.
I used to just sit down. That's back when like watching TV and listening to music was an activity. You know what I mean? So I would just sit in front of the TV and just listen to like the hip hop shit or the 90s shit. I feel like that's kind of how I got into the lyrical shit. But I would just listen like all day. Like it was an activity, like just sitting there watching like the shit and the facts go across about the artists and shit. Like, so that was kind of like my upbringing. Like my mom, she was a very supportive and very hands-on mom, but she was very like much so very deep into like her work, you know what I'm saying? Because she had to be, you know what I'm saying? Because our situation wasn't the best.
Do you have any brothers or sisters or anything?
Hell no, I'm adopted.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so my real mom had me at like 13. And my mom ended up adopting me when I was a baby, you know, so yeah.
Do you have a relationship with your biological mother?
Hell no, never met her. But she from Atlanta, so I probably done seen the bitch somewhere.
Is there a part of you that would like to meet her, or?
Yeah, because I do want to know, you know what I mean, where I get certain mannerisms from, you know, or if she look like me, you know what I mean? Hopefully she not ugly, you know, or something, you know what I mean? Or if she just cool as hell, like, I don't know.
Yeah. Do you think that, you know, being adopted has sort of shaped your identity or how you perceive the world?
In a way, I think once I kind of found out, maybe in the back of my mind and in my heart, like, I think that was the reason why I tried to find like acceptance, because I felt like maybe I didn't really fit in anywhere. You know what I mean? Like even with Hod and shit, like when I went to school, I seen a group of niggas that wasn't like the niggas I was seeing when I was at home. And then seeing the people on TV that I wanted to be like, you know, and just trying to feel like I wanted to fit in somewhere, you know what I mean? So I think maybe it did a little bit, but I didn't really care too much as a kid. Like my mom today is the mom that I know to be my mom. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you mentioned, I mean, it was just her. Did you have any big or major or positive male influences in your life early on?
I had uncles and shit, but like I didn't always see them. So like my like role models was rappers and fucking niggas that was outside and my friends at school type shit, you know what I mean?
Did she make you be involved in the church heavily, or was it just...
Hell yeah, nigga. Bro, we would go to church like at least, I was at Faith Christian Center at least like maybe 2-3 times out the week. Wow. So nigga, I would go there on Thursdays by default, and then I would have to be there on Sundays. And nigga, if she served, nigga, I was there from early morning prayer to like the second service. So nigga, you would get there like 7-8 o'clock and be there till about 1-2.
Wow. I always hear the stories of that. We were never really a big church going family, but I had relatives and we would go to church, and man, nothing hits harder than like when you're trying to stay awake.
Oh God.
And then you're like, you know, just like your mom or grandma, whoever's looking at you like, you better not fall asleep.
Yeah, that was my mom. My mom, like, for a long time was known as the Christian, like, that was the Christian mom. Like, you know, she had a Bible scripture for everything. Like nigga, it would be times like I would get hurt and she'd be like, oh, just cover the blood of Jesus over your knee, boy. You know, it's like that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, she had a scripture for everything type shit. So yeah, which is kind of funny how I ended up being a rapper, but
yeah. And would you consider yourself a religious person today?
Yeah.
Are you still as heavily religious as then, or where would you say your relationship is now with religion?
I would say right now, as a 23-year-old, I'm finding God for myself. Like, I'm doing things for myself, not because I feel bad, like in the sense of I'm not going to church just because I'm trying to get something. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to church just because nigga gotta pay his bills, or I want to get this out of rap, or like I'm not there. Like, I'm not going because I feel bad for myself. Like, I'm going because I want to go. You get what I'm saying? Like, and I want my relationship to be closer with God. So I guess you could say I'm still a religious person, for sure. Just not like my mom was. You know what I mean? I still, you know what I'm saying, struggle with the same shit.
Yeah, and we all do. We all definitely do. So you were talking about early on, you know, you just would scroll through and like actually just listen to new music, and you know, you were only just really exposed to the gospel music that your mom listened to. So when you were going through that period of like just discovering new things, what is it that you think drew you to hip hop? Because I also kind of came up around that whole thing of like, you know, the music choice, or back when MTV and VH1 actually played music videos like early in the morning and stuff. Yeah. You know, and I would get put on to like, I remember that's when I used to listen to like, that was probably the most diverse my music has ever been, my music taste. Like I listened to hip hop, I listened to like the emo punk rock that was big at the time and all that. So what about it, that hip hop that just drew you to that?
I think it was just the style, like, and how good it sounded. Like, at the time, like, that was a point where, like, things were, like, your voice wasn't the only thing that was melodic. Like, the beats were very still, like, they're almost beautiful in a way, you know? And then even in the 90s, like, just the shit that they would be saying, like, damn, like, how did this nigga get this story off like this and rhymed over, like, this beat that was so crazy? Like, it was the style, like, it was, like, how the artists carried themselves. Like, it was everything about it that was just so appealing. You know what I'm saying? And like, these niggas looked like niggas I wanted to be like. Like, I grew up, I would get into, like, you know, that's back when rock really existed. I feel like I would get into that shit as well. And that was around like Green Day time too. So you can, you know what I mean? Like, that was a heavy time. Like, that shit was cool as fuck too. But it was just like, the rappers looked like niggas I wanted to be like. I never looked at, you know, the lead singer of Green Day and be like, I wanted to be like this nigga. You know what I mean? Because that's not, I didn't know no niggas to ever want to be like that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Until later on down the line, I got older and, you know, that shit became a little bit more cooler, you know, but rap was just appealing. Hip hop, R&B was just, everything about it was just so appealing. And everybody loved it, you know?
Who were some of the key artists or key songs that really just just made it be like, oh, this is the shit? I mean, because I know you have Hove and Nas like tatted on you. Yeah. So I mean, I'm assuming they played a big role in that.
At first it was like Snoop Dogg, really the whole West Coast. Like, that's, and even to this day, people say I sound like a West Coast artist, but man, like Dr. Dre and like Tupac, nigga, oh my God, Nas, like Hove too. But Hyde was from New York, so he would put me on the Hove and, you know, that type of shit. But the West Coast was just so fucking cool. Like, they beats was just so amazing. And they flows and how they carried themselves, they style, like, everything about it. So, like I said, like, even like Mac 10, like Snoop, all them niggas Corrupt. Like, you know, and my dad, like, he would come visit like every 3-4 years. And he was big on like the West Coast shit too. So he would come on and be like, yo, nigga, you ever heard of DJ Quick? No? Here it go. You know what I'm saying? Like, that type of shit. So, yeah. Really just, like, West Coast artists. You know?
And is that who you that's who you modeled your image after in the beginning?
And then Lil Bow Wow.
Right. Yes. Okay. I did read that about the Lil Bow Wow. Yeah. So, talk about the influence that is the GOAT, Mr. Shad Moss.
That nigga, okay, listen, bro. I have a theory that it's funny to joke on this man now, but like next year or the year after, maybe even beginning, like maybe like it may catch on this year. I feel like people are gonna start really appreciating Bow Wow because, bro, you got to think that was the first time my generation seen kids fucking do it.
Yeah, it was him and Lil Romeo, really.
But nobody really wanted to be Romeo. You know what I'm saying? Like, Romeo was cool. Like, he was that nigga, but Bow Wow was like a little gangster. Like, he was hard. Like, yeah. And don't get me wrong, like, there was Criss Cross and there was, like, other, like, even fucking Immature back in the day, but it was just, like, it was just them. You know what I mean? But Bow Wow was, like, a fucking megastar.
And he was on death row, a West Coast
and come on, you know what I'm saying? Like, Bow Wow, he had the braids, he had the whole look down the part, you know what I'm saying? And his raps was good, like, the music was good. So, like, I've even heard, like, other artists that, like, nigga, the first artist I ever seen that made me feel like I could do it was Bow Wow.
Wow.
So, like, when I remember, like, when I was, like, 5 or 6 years old, I had begged my mom for turntables, and my aunt ended up giving me turntables. And the turntables that I got was, you can get the cassettes, right? So I would go to the music store and I would get my mom to buy me the instrumentals version. That's when you could buy like the singles and shit. I would get like a shit ton of blank cassettes and like maybe 3 instrumentals. You get what I'm saying? And make mixtapes. So you put the one cassette over here, you put the other cassette over here. Press play on this motherfucker, press play on this motherfucker, and it had a mic attached to it too, just like this. And I would just be rapping.
Wow.
5 years old. Wasn't rapping my shit. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like, I only thought to do that because of Bow Wow.
Wow.
You get what I'm saying? Like if I never would have seen Bow Wow, I probably wouldn't have been thinking like, oh, I could be a rapper as a kid and start laying that foundation in like the 5th, 6th grade, or even when I was 5 years old. You get what I'm saying? Like those are the foundations that end up being, you know what I mean? Like nigga, if LeBron James would have never seen Michael Jordan, then what?
That's very true.
You know what I mean?
Very true.
You gotta see it.
It's kind of like the Tupac quote. He's like, I may not change the world, but I could spark the mind of the one that will.
Exactly.
So, but I agree with your theory to a certain extent. I believe that there's a cutoff of ages who will be able to appreciate Bow Wow for what he is. Because I'd say probably from people born in 95 to 99 maybe will probably be the only ones who really appreciate him for what he did. Because if you were too old when he came out, you were just like, oh, this is just a kid rapping. And then if you were too little, he was already Bow Wow that he is now by the time. So maybe there's some room in there for it.
It is room, bro.
But he definitely is, I feel like, very underrated for what he is. He is the butt of all the jokes right now, but I don't know. It'll
live in a world too where shit happens, bro. I seen Tyga dancing like Chris Brown in the video, and then a couple months later, he was one of the biggest artists in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, bro, anything can happen.
Yeah. It's a whole thing about, like, you know, people change their images and stuff like that and rebrand themselves about doing all these other type of things. But tell me about, like, your, like, when you first get into school and stuff like that. Like, what were you like as a student? Or did school even appeal to you? Like,
it never really, I never gave a fuck about school, and not even in a way that was like, it's cool to say. Like, I just really was never really into the shit. Like, I always knew I was bigger than school, or my mind was not there from the beginning. I knew I was never gonna go to college. Like, it was little things like that. Like, I knew, like, nigga, I'm gonna rap or I'm gonna go to play basketball, and I'm never going to college. You get what I'm saying? So I was never really, my head was never wrapped around the shit. Yeah, I was kind of bad, like, but we went to a bad school. So, like, by default, that's just what happened, you know? But I was always into rap. And, yeah.
It's interesting that you say that. I was just talking to, I don't know if you know a producer, DJ by the name of Popstar Benny.
That sounds dumb familiar.
Tall as fuck. You think you're tall. But we were talking though about just like the idea of going to school and stuff like that. And I was one of those kids growing up where I was a smart kid, as they say. You know, all the teachers and at the parent-teacher conferences, they'll be like, oh, he's so smart. He's this, that, and this. And for the longest time, I almost kind of felt like that, like, I don't want to say defined who I was, but I did think I internalized that as part of my image or my self-image of myself. But it was only when I started getting to college, and especially when I transferred and I really started finding what it is that I really was passionate about and what I wanted to do, then I started to become more jaded to the idea of school. Because I never understood people who thought like you, who were like, fuck school. Like, it's not gonna, like, it never made sense to me. But then I was talking with Benny, I'm like, you know, I feel as if you have a plan and you know somewhat how to execute it, then you should probably, like, you should just punt the idea of going to college.
For sure. Yeah, I agree. And like how I said in the last interview, I was like, I definitely feel like by the time we have kids, I think college will be so far gone from kids' minds. It'll just be, you know what you want to do? If not, then go to college. It'll be like an option. Not like how it's kind of like enforced still a little bit, you know?
Yeah, it's definitely part of the hustle. Now I feel like they tell you, they make it seem like you have to go. It's the only option that you'll be successful or whatever. But a lot of kids, they don't know that, and they just sign up for years of crippling debt and have to pay that their whole lives off. Some people never pay it off. But how did your mom react to that when you were saying you weren't going to go to college?
You know, it's crazy. I was a smarter kid as well. So like my senior year, I got accepted into like Penn State, Clark. This is when I was in Philly. I got accepted in a few other schools too. But I was just like, my head was so wrapped around coming back to Atlanta because I knew I had to be back in the city. So I signed up for like Clark, and it was just like I was gonna go to Clark, and I think I went, and then my mom got the first bill. It didn't even take no time. It wasn't even like a day. Like, nigga, she got the first bill for $32,000. She was like, oh no. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to Chattahoochee Tech. You know what I'm saying? So we went to the community. I went to the community college, and I got into an accident, and then I couldn't go for the semester. Then I went back, went for a semester, and was like, this shit sucks, you know? And then I tried to go for a little bit more longer after that, and I was like, okay, I'm not going no more, you know? And kind of like what you said with the religion thing, it was just kind of like, I'm very in tune with God. Me and God talk a lot. So, like, I just remember being in class, and I was like, bro, if you want me to be here, show me a sign. If you don't, you know what I'm saying, show me a sign. I think that same week, I met, like, Mike Will for the first time. And I was like, that was all I needed. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was all I needed to see. So you mean to tell me I could be with Mike Will every day if I don't go to school? Fuck school, you know? And my mom, like I said, she was always at work. So I think after a little while, she started to catch on a little bit. But, you know, she didn't really say nothing because she knew rapping was everything to me. And she knew I was going to make it, though. Wow. You know what I'm saying?
I can understand. I can stand that. So you talk a little bit about that accident. That was a very, what's the word I'm saying? A very significant moment in your life. So talk about a little bit about, you know, that whole incident and the aftermath of that.
I think this was like 2015, maybe 2016. So this is like right before Yachty's finna pop off. You know what I'm saying? This is like the big 2-9 era. Like this is like when Fat Man Key is introduced to the world, McConan, that whole type of wave. So instead of having a job, what I would do was I would tell like people to come to my house and they could record songs. You know what I'm saying? I probably recorded everybody ever. You know what I mean? So like, it was these two niggas. Zaya, he ended up signing, and a nigga named Zay. Why their names are so similar, I don't know. But they was like best friends. And I was like, bro, y'all can come record today, yeah, but y'all gotta take me to these 2 shows later. And the show was for like Dalen, Gideon, and Lil Yachty. And I went with Dalen, you know, I got there, left, and I was supposed to link up with my friend Ariel, and nigga, I got T-boned by like this SUV going like 80 miles an hour in a Mini Coupe. So nigga, my whole right side of my body was like broke, and like I died and came back to life. I'm not even being like head ass, you know? So I was in the hospital for a long ass time, like long enough to the point where I don't even remember how long I was in there. And then I came home, did the rehab and shit. But while I was in the hospital, for my job, I've never smoked or drank or done any drug, period. But they gave me one drug, and I don't remember what it was. I was hallucinating my ass off. But when I geeked, exactly, nigga, when I came down off like the high or whatever, I had the whole fucking concept for my whole project that came out around that time, before I died. Yeah. Like literally in like seconds. I had my mom get my laptop from the crib and brought it up there. I made the cover the same day. And like I wrote like 4 songs that day. And that's when I knew what the project was gonna be called, what I was gonna do for it and all that. Got the money from the accident. I got like 13 bands, bought like everything I needed to put the shit out, and then yeah, it came out.
Wow. You know, and it was crazy when I was reading up about that, and I just thought of, you know, the parallels between you and your boy Hod. And, you know, he had his accident a couple years ago, and that inspired him to make his album. I can't die. First, you know, I'm happy for both of you guys that you guys are okay and that, you know, all that, but you guys should definitely invest in a Dolo chauffeur or something like that, because
I wasn't driving. That nigga high can't drive to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, Sahad is the worst girl. Like, bro, I get in cars with that nigga if I have to. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you, or like, say like when my license got suspended, now I was like, bro, you gotta pick me up, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, that type of shit. But nah, bro, definitely, nigga. That's why RJ, we have a Dolo manager. This nigga RJ usually drives everywhere for sure. Yeah. Because I would never let this nigga drive me more than 30 minutes.
That's a good investment. I want to ask him because I've been in, like, I was in 2 car accidents when I was kind of young. They weren't anything too serious, you know, but to what I was like in the 4th and the 3rd grade when those happened, to somebody that young, it's a lot. And I would like to think I've never really ever fully recovered from that mentally. Like, I don't like driving now because of just all that. And I just want to say, after being in something like that, something that catastrophic, damn nearly fatal,
Right.
How do you bounce back, like, mentally and just, becoming one back with society and stuff like that?
I definitely was fucked up for like 3 months. I ain't want to get in no cars. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of that. Still to this day, like, if I'm in a car with you, I'm like, bro, don't go crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even I feel like I'm the best driver out of all of my friends because I'm the safest. You get what I'm saying? I don't drive fast. I may go 10 above the speed limit, and that's it. You know what I mean? I'm not doing nothing crazy. But it just takes time, like with everything else. You know, it just is what it is. Like, I ain't die. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Excuse me. So I want to talk a little bit about your producing. So, some people may not know that you're more than just a rapper. You're a full Renaissance man, an artist. So when did you first start like getting into like actually making music? How did that come about? Well, the turntables, I mean, obviously is part of it.
And then, like Sahai said, bro, when the PSP dropped, that shit changed the game for a lot of niggas. So I remember when I got it for Christmas, my mom got me like 3 games. It was 2K, Madden, and it was another thing called Trackspad. And this fucking Trackspad, it wasn't like a fucking game. Like, I shit you not. Like, it was like FL Studio for the PSP. I'm not joking. So it taught me track outs, 808s, how to choose sound, how to put shit together, bars. Like, nigga, I was making beats, like full length beats in my PSP, like in middle school. So then, when I met Hod, like, I was, rapping and shit, but they kind of knew me to be like the beat nigga at first, like I would pull up the beat for them to freestyle on. And then like occasionally they asked me to rap, and I'm like, yo, this nigga's good. Like, after a little while, then just become, okay, this nigga can rap for real. So that's how I kind of started getting into making the music. And then later on down the line, as far as producing, like, I think when I got to 9th grade, I had a homie named Mike, and he introduced me to like FL Studio. And that was back when like FL Studio was really only used for like dubstep niggas. You know what I'm saying? Even when you pull up FL Studio, it still has like stock dubstep sounds, has your first 4 sounds. And from there I was like, nigga, you think you can make rap beats in here? And he was like, no, but I mean, you can try. And I just figured it out, But as far as producing, that's how it happened. But with the whole making music thing, it started with Trackspad. This was around like 5th, 6th grade. Making the beats, and they wasn't like ass. They was ass, but they was like crazy to be making on like a PSP.
To be made on a PSP by a 5th grader.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So, and we would definitely rap on all of them shits. And then, like Sahai said, I think like 6th grade going into 7th grade, I didn't fuck with this nigga Hod. Like, bro, I didn't fuck with him, like, cause he used to be in 5th grade, like in the same class, and I just didn't fuck with him. Like, I just was cut from a different cloth from this nigga. And I just like, bro, I don't like this nigga. You know what I mean?
It's usually how it works.
Yeah. And then like 6th grade, it was his birthday. And he likes to say this didn't happen, but I remember specifically, everybody was into wrestling. Like, we all were in the WWE.
Of course, that was an era.
Exactly, for sure. And I gave him a John Cena DVD because we were still in the same like group or whatever, little clique. And he was like, bro, you remember my birthday? And I was like, yeah, nigga. Like, bro, I guess. It was just a DVD I had at the house. You know what I mean? I was like, bro, here, nigga, this is a John Cena DVD. Enjoy it. And he was like, bro, this summer, I'm going to call you every day. I'm like, all right, nigga, whatever, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is back when niggas was on the house phone.
Right.
And like his birthday is towards the end of the school year. So I think like a week later, I shit you not, bro, 10 o'clock in the morning, Monday, calls my house phone. What's up, nigga? And like, I'm like, the fuck? Okay, what's up, bro? Like, type shit. And every day we would just start talking, like the whole summer. And we would go link at each other's houses and shit. And then one day he was like, bro, we should just be rap stars. And I was like, nigga, I've been rapping. You know this. And I've been making beats. So what's up? So from there, whenever we would like link up at his house and shit, we would like try to record on like his sister's like iPod with the voice memos and shit. Then we had the fucking hold the camera and I'm gonna film you rapping, and then we gonna put the beat on iMovie and try to, you know what I mean, that shit. And then we had the Audacity and the mix pad hustle, with the headphone like this, like the Apple headphones, and then the game changed when not GarageBand, what's that game? Guitar
Hero.
Guitar Hero came out because it came with a mic.
Yep.
A Rock Band came with a mic.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They fucked the game up.
Yeah, and it was a USB. And I remember being on the phone with this nigga, and I was like, wait a minute, bro. I think this is a USB. Plugged it into the fucking, I didn't even plug it to the computer. I plugged it into my cable box to see if it was a fucking USB. And I was like, nigga, this is a USB. You need to ask your mama to come pick me up right now because we need to see if this bitch work. He picked me up, and that's how we was recording like all our songs, unless my uncle would come pick us up from our houses and take us to his studio that he had in his house. So, bro, like I said, we just ran through it all. Yeah. Any way we could record, we was doing it. You know what I mean?
And the beautiful thing I like about it is it's just that this started organically, because a lot of now, like it's popular to rap now. So to hear that, you know, this started just out of something that you guys, like literally just kids, like just fucking around, just like, yo, man, like let's just make this shit.
And nobody was rapping then. Like that is not like an understatement. Like, bro, like this is before it was like really cool to rap and accessible to rap. Like we was like the only niggas, maybe not in Atlanta, but I know for a fact Cobb County rapping. Like I know for a fact that's you know what I mean, that was what it was. And that's how we ended up meeting a lot of people, because a lot of people come to our house to record. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was at a different time. Like now, like nigga, you can go to anybody's house and record, or go to any studio and record. Like that shit was not accessible. You know what I mean? So yeah.
And what do you think that like did for you guys to know that this was something that, you know, you guys knew you were in a different lane at the time?
It gave us all the hope that we needed to be here. Cause like we were always here like, y'all not gonna be friends, you know what I mean, past whatever. And we will always still be friends. Even when I moved, I talk to this nigga every day. To this day, I talk to this nigga every day. And then I go to his house later on in the day. So it gave us all the faith that we needed to keep fucking going. Like that was the ground, you know what I mean, for us. In the beginning of us having the hope, because we done been through a lot of bullshit. You know what I mean? Even to this day, I go through bullshit. But just knowing that, yo, at one point in time, nigga, we was recording on fucking voice memos that we had to sneak upstairs and pray Samia did not wake up, you know what I mean, to steal her iPod essentially to record. You know what I mean?
That's very real. I get like that sometimes, where sometimes you get, you know, being in this entertainment thing, you sometimes get, you know, not
discouraged is not even the word. Yeah, but I feel what you're saying.
Yeah. You definitely get that feeling where you're just like, damn, bro, like I'm not at that place yet. I'm not. But it's really the opposite. Instead of like looking where you could be or should be going, it's when you look back and you see how far you've come.
And that's what I started doing that literally this year. Because nigga, even then, like, bro, when high school hit, I remember Yachty DMing me and being like, nigga, I want to start rapping. I want to be the Atlanta Lil B. That's exactly what he told me. I'll never forget that DM. And I was like, bro, that doesn't exist. That's fine. You should do it. If you need help to record, let me know. To fucking Dalen and all of them niggas, like, bro, and I shit you not, the day this nigga Yachty start rapping, the day this nigga took off. And I'm like, bro, like, nigga, what? Like, I'm sitting here watching the nigga I've known for years pop off right in front of my face. Yeah. To fucking Dalen start catching heat, and then it's other niggas in the city that's rapping now, and they just having it. Like when I seen 2-9 happen in front of my face, these niggas sounded Mike Will. I'm a teenager. I've been rapping since y'all niggas don't even know. You know what I mean? So like, even now, like bro, like man, like bruh,
it's too real now.
I'm 20 years. I'm 23, and it's like I've watched so many people pop off right in front of my face. Like bruh, nigga. For instance, I remember doing a show with Roddy Rich like last year or maybe a year before that. And just being like
the number one fucking song.
A regular nigga. I'm just like, okay, this Roddy Rich. Like, I think I heard this song before. That's fire. and now this nigga got the #1 song in the world. You know what I'm saying? So that type of like frustration and discouragement hit different, you know? Till now, as a 23-year-old, I'm gonna be like, you know what? We was just doing this though.
Yeah.
You know? Because I feel like with steps with me, it's never like it hit, then it's on. Everything is gradual. Like my life is steps, bro. And I have to move one step at a time. For some reason, that's just how shit happened in my life. You know what I mean? And sometimes I feel like even when I take a step up, I gotta take 2 steps back. You know what I mean? Or maybe 2 steps to the left before I can even go to the next step. You get what I'm saying? So I think looking back is definitely one of the best things that I decided to start doing for my mental space. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's very real. That's very, very real. Because I definitely experienced that, especially like with journalism and shit. I look at friends and I'm just like, damn. Like, you know, you're happy for him. You're very happy for him. But then there's a part of you that's just like, damn, like, I need to get on my shit. Or I don't know.
It's like, it wasn't even like that. Like, bro, like watching them niggas pop off in front of my face, even like artists around my age or artists who I feel like wasn't as talented as I was or didn't even care as much as I did, like, that shit would be like, bro, like, it wasn't like I need to get on my shit. It was just like, why this not happening for me? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it going on, like, in my life that's not allowing it to happen for me? You know what I mean? Is this for me? Like, I know it's for me, but, like, God is, like, obviously, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Making me take the longer route.
So, I mean, I want to know, obviously now you've changed your mindset and everything, but before today, how did you cope with that? Because, I mean, you have songs like literally called I Don't Want to Rap Anymore.
Yeah.
Like, so, like, you know, what kept you going?
I think rap, I just told this to somebody the other day, but it's literally the only thing I know how to do. Like, bro, like, I don't know how to do nothing else but make music. You get what I'm saying? So, I think it's just kind of natural. Like, I've literally told niggas I'm not making music no more. And then, yeah, bro, this nigga Earl sent me some beats, bro. Yeah, it's hard. Like, I got a new song. You know what I'm saying? Like, that type of shit. So, I don't know, bro. It got to be God. It has to be. Because, like, bro, it's been times where I'm like, bro, I don't think I can do this no more. For sure. Even after I got signed, it was like, oh my God. You know what I mean? Like, if this is what this shit is like, nigga, I don't even need to be doing this. Still keep going. You know what I mean? So, I think it has to be God, bro. For sure.
Yeah. Sounds like an on and off like relationship. It's like we go together, but like we don't.
Yeah.
You know, it's definitely something. But I get it, man. But you have to have that strong will. You have to be able to take a step back and be like, yo, I'm upset right now, or I'm hurt right now, and that's okay. But I also have to understand that it's part of the process. Like, I have to go through this to get to where I'm trying to go.
Bro, my favorite quote, one of my favorite quotes is, bro, the only way to get through it is to go through it. You know what I mean? And sometimes the only way, you know what I'm saying, to get through the fire is to walk through that motherfucker. But walking through the fire sucks. You get what I'm saying? Like, the going through it part is what fucking sucks, bro. You know what I mean?
But that's what defines you, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Cause like you said, I mean, a lot of people get to those low points and never come back up. A lot of people, the first time they see some people outside of like their circle getting on, or they're not getting the recognition, niggas be like, fuck it. Like, I'm not gonna do this no more. Like, I'm, you know, wasting my time. I'm not But, you know, it's in those times where the niggas, you know, it separates the Swavays from the people who just stop, from somebody who's like, nah, like, even if it don't work tomorrow, if it don't work 10 years from now, even if it never works, I'm going to still keep doing this shit.
Yeah. And that's how I know I really do love music. It has to be something in me that's like in love with this shit to keep going. Like, I'm 23. I've been rapping for at least 13 years. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, damn, I must really love this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's very real. Are you a music theory guy? Are you big on music theory? Like,
a little bit.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that. I don't know shit about it either, but I'm trying to learn it now. But I just wanted to know, because a lot of producers I know try to be on their whole Mozart shit. I guess
that's Metro. For sure.
Really, he's a music theory guy.
Low key, like, he's like a ghetto music theorist for sure.
Interesting. It's very interesting, because I just love trying to get in. I'm trying to find out that language. So I'm trying to, whenever I meet people who do music, I'm like, yo, man, tell me some shit. Another big thing, it's funny that you say people like Jay-Z and Nas and like being a lyricist, because, you know, I nerd out a lot when I hear a lot of rappers. Like, I'm very much nerdy about, like, that's why I want to learn music theory, because the structure of shit, and especially rappers, when they structure their lines, shit literally makes me have, like, a nerdgasm. I'm like, when people do, like, multi-syllable rhymes, and then you got switching flows and it's like that, it's, I don't know. I nerd out over that. Fuck. There's something. Oh, so did you play sports?
I played basketball, soccer, ran track. I did it all. Basketball was my first thing.
Okay, so you were an athlete though. You were an athletic guy, to say the least.
For sure.
So what do you think? You know, when did you first start playing sports?
Since I came out the womb, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Basketball was before rap. It was basketball. And my mom was very sick to find out that I was not gonna be pursuing basketball no more to rap. You know what I mean? Like, I was good, bro. You know what I mean? But it just wasn't me.
But what do you think, or do you think, you know, being on a bunch of sports team or playing sports, how do you think that helped you, you know, learn to work as a team or be a team player or understand that things are bigger than yourself?
I think it was music for me. Sport, I didn't really learn shit from sports.
Really?
I just liked playing it, and I had all the wrong reasons of why I liked to play sports. The bitches, nigga, the jerseys is fine, not look good. I'm good at sports. I know I'm gonna drop what I'm gonna drop today. Let's go. And it's fun. I'm not at the house, and I know if I go hoop today, my mama will drop me off at Sahai House after. Those are my reasons, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's very interesting, because usually most people, you know, even if they never really enjoyed their time on a sports team, they're usually like, well, you know, it taught me how to, you know, rely on my people, or, you know, it taught me how to, you know, respect the authority figure, something like that.
That was music for me, bro. Like, I played sports because I wasn't in the house. I was not in the house, so I could do something else, you know what I mean? Like, if you mean to tell me if I play soccer, I could be out the crib till what time? Let's get it. You know what I mean? That type of shit. And we go, what part of the city? Let's go. You know what I mean? That type of shit. And I was just so happy to be good at it, so I kept doing it.
Yeah. I mean, hey, don't if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
That's very real. And were you like pushing your music at the same time? Like, were you going to other schools, like on the other team's bench, like, yo, like, I got some shit.
See, I still had the internet, so like, I didn't have to. Like, a lot of people would be like, oh, that's the rap. He do this. I listened to your mixtape before.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, it would definitely hit different for sure. I liked it though, because I was more of a rapper than anything. Before I was a soccer player, before I was a basketball player, before I ran track, I was a rapper. And they knew that. So I was the nigga that was good that didn't give a fuck about none of that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Everybody knew that guy.
Everybody knew that nigga.
So talk to me a little bit about the moment of getting signed and how all that came down. Because from my understanding of it, you didn't. I mean, Metro followed you, and the Quick Trip song. Quick Trip is essentially what started all this. Would you say that's safe to assume?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Let me hear your side of it. Let me hear you tell the story on how it all went down.
I'm trying to think of a part of the story that I could tell you that don't nobody know. So when I made Quick Trip,
it was originally a reference. I know that.
It was a reference. I made the beat for Fat Kid's brother, who was a group in 2-9.
Okay.
And I fucking loved them to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was supposed to be like clips. I still feel like they are clips. And they had the Neptune sound and all that. Like, they were fucking fire. Still. I sent them the beat. And then let them know I sent y'all a beat. And there was some other beats in there, so maybe it got looked over. And they didn't respond. It's like a month or two later, it goes by. I still see them, you know what I mean? But they didn't say nothing. So then I'm like, fuck it. Maybe if I just get them like a little idea, they'll fuck with it. And this is when I was making a whole bunch of Neptune type beats and shit, just for them, really. So I just rapped on the beat, and I was like, this shit's kind of hard. Like, I'm like, this is like the first easy, like, it's just like an easy song to listen to. It's easy on the ears. I'm not rapping you to death. You get what I'm saying? I made it, And my friends was like, this shit is, maybe you should kind of keep this. You know, this is kind of tough. And at the time, I think I was sleeping at David Moore's house. And I had this girl, Kaya, shoot the video. She took a long ass time to edit the video. And at the time, I worked a water meter job. And it fucking sucked. And I had like 200 in my account, you know, and I dropped the video, paid for the promo, all this other shit. Metro ended up seeing it. We ended up linking in the studio. And then from there, he was just like, bro, I want you to be the first artist I signed to Illuminati. Then he took me on tour with him and Bryson. And I came back home. And, bro, let me just tell you, Metro's the busiest nigga in the fucking world. You get what I'm saying? Like, even when there's a time where you feel like Metro's not doing shit, like, I ain't heard of Metro beat in so long. Nigga, that nigga is doing something. You get what I'm saying? So, I didn't talk to him for like maybe like a month or two, maybe 3 months. And then, we had a meeting with L.A. Reid. And then, like, that was enough for him to be like, okay, I'm gonna sign this nigga today. You know, before this nigga L.A. Reid tries to really sign this nigga, Metro was like, I'm not finna let my boy, you know what I mean? And now I wasn't going to do that anyway, because I was so loyal to Metro for finding me and taking me out the dirt, that I wasn't going to sign nowhere else unless it was with Metro, you know? Because I had never had anybody from that statue really believe in me. Now, I remind you, I was with like 2-9 and them niggas a lot, and Mike Will, but Mike wasn't trying to sign me. You know what I'm saying? So, I ended up signing. This was like 2018, and yeah.
So what does that mean? It seemed like it all happened really fast.
Hell no.
Really?
Because I met Metro. The day I met Metro, it may have been like a couple weeks that perfect timing by Nav.
Okay, I remember that.
Out. So this is 2017.
Okay.
I ain't signed till 2018. You know what I'm saying? I ain't dropped Pure Infinity till 2019.
Right.
So that's like shit.
When did he bring you on tour with Bryson? When was that?
2017.
2017. So in between that, so like, what was that even experience like to just be like, oh, I'm rapping, you know, with friends, and then boom, you're traveling on tour with Bryson Tiller and Metro? Like,
nigga, I thought I was out of here. Nigga, I was like, bro, my old life is done. Like, nigga, I'm on tour with Bryson Tiller and Metro. Like, we going to strip clubs every day. You know what I'm saying? Bro, that shit was crazy. I was broke as fuck on tour. You know what I mean? Like, man, get no money. Bro, I had to go home. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, my mom was like kind of, you know, ill at the time, but nigga, bro, this nigga Metro was making so much money. Like, I'm seeing this nigga, bro, like throw 30 bands in my face. I'm like, bro, I gotta go home. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, it was crazy, bro. Like, I can't thank him enough for the shit that he do, even the shit that he don't even know that he doing. You know what I mean? Cause that was like crazy. Like, nigga, I'm from the ghetto. Like, I would have never thought that this nigga would be taking me on tour and shit. Like, that's fucking crazy.
I want to ask you something, because this was something I went to, you know, I love going through rappers' lyrics and just asking them what they mean. So on Don't Look Back, the intro to Before I Die, you had a line that said, niggas really rapping, but they only know who Drake is. No disrespect, but I put it on my set. If I sign with OVO, the whole world gon' fucking play this. I ain't trying to get a check. I'm trying to be the greatest. Now, how I interpret that line is basically saying that, you know, real rappers and people who actually have a love for this craft don't necessarily get the shine unless they have a major name or light behind them, correct?
Right.
So I want to ask you now, because this was obviously written, you were a different Swavay at this time. You know, this was before Accident, before Quick Trip, before all of these things. And now here you are today, you know, signed to a label under Metro Boomin, one of the biggest producers ever. Yeah. So I want to ask you now, what is your perspective on something like this now, today?
It's still the same. I feel like this is a 2-part question. So with niggas that rap like myself, bro, like, you need everything to work out in your favor. You know what I mean? Like, lyricist and lyricism is just not the trend, you know? And when I was coming up, especially at that time, it damn sure wasn't. It's coming back lightly now. People are sprinkling in it a little bit, and people are saying that this nigga really rapping about some shit. You know what I mean? But it's sprinkled. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like at that point in time, I was so frustrated with knowing that I, for one, I never wanted to change the fact that I was a lyricist for nobody, for no sound, for no trend, no nothing. You get what I'm saying? But I was watching everybody else pop off, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, at that time, nigga, I grew up 10 minutes away from Lil Yachty. That nigga signed to QC that year. You get what I'm saying? Like, and I love Lil Yachty to death. You get what I'm saying? But nigga, that hit different. You know what I'm saying? Like, or watching Dalen. Like, Dalen is one of my best friends in the world. That nigga was making songs with like Fat Man Key and fucking McConan and Sonny Digital. Sonny Digital that time, nigga. Are you shitting me? You know what I mean? Like, but even now, today, I still feel like you need it. But everything has to work out in your favor. Like, everything. You get what I'm saying? I'm really trying to tell you something without telling you something right now, too.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like, the type of music that I make, you need that cosign, but everything has to work out in your favor. Everything. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, everything has to be aligned. Like, even, bro, like, it's just harder for us. It's definitely harder. And it's like, people appreciate it a little bit more, but it don't matter. Because your song may not be the song people want to hear a million times. Your song may not be the song that people would go fucking crazy at rolling loud for. You get what I'm saying? So like how you said earlier when we was talking about like Kenny Mason and shit, like niggas still gotta be able to make a song, yeah. But like niggas like us be like, damn, I gotta get these bars off, nigga. It's like everything just has to work out in your favor. Like it's frustrating. Like even for working on the album that I just kind of wrapped up now, it's like, bro, like you gotta not only make sure you saying some shit, but you gotta have the beat that's gonna hit hard regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like one of my best friends is Pyrex. We don't coexist in no world of music until we didn't exist until we made it work. You know what I'm saying? That nigga is not supposed to be working with me. You know what I'm saying? It's like everything has to work. Everything from the music to the politics to the look, everything has to work out in your favor, or else it's not gonna happen.
So you understanding this and understanding like how blessed you are for the stars to have aligned for you, because I get like that too. I look at the situation I'm in sometimes, I'm like, I wasn't supposed to be here, or I wasn't supposed to have it this easy. But knowing what you know now and going through what you've gone through, what do you think that, now that you're in the position that you're in, what do you think that you will do or try to do to make sure that it's easier for the next Swavay type to get into this light?
Give the game, like tell niggas exactly what it is publicly, because I know when I was coming up, like in high school, bro, or even in middle school with J. Cole and then hearing Kendrick Lamar, we can already, you know what I'm saying, it's very easy to see how important Kendrick Lamar is to my life. But and J. Cole as well. But like, nigga, them niggas didn't give away the game. Them niggas ain't tell you, you know what I mean, no game. They didn't tell you how to do it. Like, bro, I've done interviews and told niggas, nigga, it costs this amount of money to get on our generation. If you want this, if you want to rap, you gotta pay for promo and do this, that, and the third, and then eventually it's gonna work. Like, I feel like for the next Swavay, who I know is gonna be way better than me, like, I know he's gonna be able to have the cheat codes that I had. And it may or may not apply to the life that he's in then, because it's 2020 now. Like, nigga, the next Swavay may be 2022 or, which is also crazy. This is kind of like a little different from what I'm saying, but I feel like shit is speeding up. So like, for instance, you know how people be like, I feel like this nigga's the next this nigga. I feel like that shit is speeding up.
I see what you mean.
Like, I feel like, okay, for instance, I felt like YG was a combination between the next Snoop Dogg and Too Short. You know what I'm saying? J. Cole was the next Nas. Kendrick was the next M mixed in with a whole lot of other different shit. You know what I'm saying? Whereas today, you may hear somebody say, yo, YBN is the next Cole. This nigga Cole just dropped. You know what I'm saying? Like, or you may hear, yo, Jid and Swavay is the next Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Like, this nigga still in the same game. So I feel like the next Swavay really probably not even that far. You know what I mean? Maybe like the next 2-3 years. So we may exist in the same lifetime. But I think what I can do for that nigga is be like, this is what happened. This is exactly how to do it. Publicly. Like every time somebody asks me about it, I'm not going to shy away from it. And be like, kind of just selfish about it. And I'm not saying that those artists were, but I'm saying that those artists weren't giving niggas the game. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So, and that's great. I mean, that leads into a recurring question that I like to ask is if there is the next Swavay, or if there is, you know, a kid out there who is still in school right now, but, you know, not quite sure if they fit in or if what they're doing is what they should be doing. And they just identify with your story. What advice would you give to them?
I would tell them, bro, just do what the fuck you feel like doing. Like, if you feel like your heart is married to something, do it. Nigga, every song that I've put out, niggas did not like it, but my heart was attached to it. Nigga, 2 a.m., when I was in the studio making that, nobody fuck with it. I'm talking about these is niggas that I see every day. They was like, my manager, OD, this is cool. My homeboy Eric, this is cool. Metro is asleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga. So I'm like, but I feel it though. I know this is it. You know what I'm saying? Quick Trip too. Like my friend, like I had maybe 2 friends that was like, this is just it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you should drop this, you know, and that's what let me do it. But everybody else was like, this is different. You're not really giving away no bars or nothing. You know what I mean? So trust your instincts and your heart, bro, for sure. And you can hit me up. I'm not the easiest nigga, you know what I'm saying? Or not the hardest nigga to run into or talk to, for sure. You know what I mean? Nigga, if you really want to see me, nigga, I'll go to the same places every day. Nigga, I'm at Cumberland Mall at the American Deli.
Hey, man. Gotta love it, man. Gotta love the good word. Swavay, man. I really appreciate you coming out here, bro.
Like, I appreciate you for having me.
This was really great. This is a good conversation. It was real informative, and I think, you know, I can see the drive in you. You know, I can hear it from how you talk about your experiences and from how you've got to where you've been to where you are now. It rubs off. I mean, it's very inspiring. Bro, I'd like to say.
Thank you, bro. You know why I fuck with you too? Cause you really, you know your shit, and it's not like you ask me the same questions that everybody else asks me.
1 second.
Oh, there you go. But yeah, I was saying, like, nigga, I fuck with you because you ain't ask me the same questions niggas always ask me. Like, you know what I mean? I'm always gonna get the how you meet Metro shit, but I can tell you really know the shit.
Yeah,
you know
man. My thing is, I'm not necessarily interested in, like, when I came at this interviewing thing, you know, I appreciate journalism and, you know, sending the message to, but I also had a respect for artists as well. I would look at Tyler, the Creator interviews, and he would just get pissed. Would he be like, why are you asking me these questions? Yeah. And I'd be like, I never want to do that. I want to I want to tell the story. I want people to hear stories from people who are doing things that people would like to do and identify with them. Not just look at it and be like, damn, like, I want to be rich. Yeah. But I want them to look at that and be like, damn, he went through the same thing I went through. And if he made it, I can make it too.
Facts.
So,
for sure.
So that's really where I am with it. So once again, bro, really happy for you coming out here. Tell the people what you got coming up, where they can find you, all that good stuff. Expect the album, for sure. I'm a project guy. For the fans that I do have, y'all know that. So something's definitely on the way, for sure. Yeah, man. All right. And their socials, where can they find you at? SWAVAY on everything. Anywhere you want to find me, that's me. There you go. There you have it. Well, once again, I want to thank you, Swavay, for coming through. I want to thank the audience for listening. And that's going to do it for this episode of the Snooze Button Special. Tune in next time where I'll have somebody else sitting in Swavay's seat and I'll be annoying them with questions. So thank you guys for listening and have a good one.